So let me go and get to this sucker shit. It's a wig wearing gremlin who mad at me because I brought up something about her. That lady, Kendra G. You remember I brought up how I felt like she made a fool out of herself on Tamron Hall?
Yeah.
So she made a video to try to knock me and act like I came at her and everything.
So this video's caption, "We knew the clapback was coming." Of course, this is Cory Hokum. And everybody has reacted to that video that Kendra G went online and posted on her channel of her getting laughed at on live television. People had their own opinions, but whose opinion triggered her the most? Of course, it was Cory Hokum. I mean, part of that probably has to do with the fact that he's a comedian, and you know, you want to avoid getting into online back and forths with comedians, especially if they're actually funny. But she was triggered. This is Cory Hokum's response after she tried to minimize his career accomplishments, and she obviously could not take truth, right? Coffee being served to her from the general public, including celebrities who disagree with points that she made. Are people allowed to be honest? And can you handle it when you get online and claim to stand by your opinion? It looks like that's not the case for Kendra G.
And everything. So I want to address it because it's fun to me. I mean, like, I'm not mad at Kendra G, because whenever we talk one-on-one, I saw that she wasn't that sharp. Like, she used to be on the radio in Chicago, and I used to be like, oh, this is a knucklehead.
Right.
And our interviews would show that she's a knucklehead. But she really got mad when I spoke on how she made herself look bad on Tamron Hall show. So she was like, oh, Cory's career is nothing. Rail and Dion Cole and D-Ray, they're superstars. And she said, Cory's just a YouTuber. I want to say something about that first. Yeah. Listen, whatever I do in the game, I'm from 5266 South State, Apartment 1208, Robert Taylor home.
Right.
I beat the game. Beat the mother game. Whatever you say about my career, I don't care about that. I come from a place where they know how to make the elevator stop, put a gun through the damn thing, and rob you. I come from nothing. You can't dig at me with, he's only a YouTuber. I mean, I know some YouTubers that make some bread, right? I'm talking about, shawty, that was desperate. But listen, I want to tell you, Kendra G, every time you open your mouth and speak independently, you make a fool out of yourself. You're better at cut, paste, copy. Like Kevin Samuel's show. You cut it, pasted, and copied it with your version of it, and that's how you found a way.
Oh, this is about to get good. I've got a question for you guys real quick. And be like, really think about what I'm asking you right now. Do you really think that someone like Cory Hokum looks at other comedians who, you know, because I appreciate all different comedians who I think are funny. But back to my question for you guys. And by the way, I don't know this personally. This is my perspective, but I really want to know, do you guys really think that someone as outspoken, right, who's willing to be honest about his perspectives, especially when it comes to his viewpoints on life, right, someone like Cory Hokum or any other celebrity who sort of has carved their own niche, do you think that they wish they were in other positions where they didn't have that same freedom of expression? To me, and what it looks like to me, that whole attack of, oh, you're not in this person's position and that person's position. To me, I see Cory Hokum. I'm like, he knows the lane that he's in. This is what's true to him. And to be in another position may not provide him with the opportunity to be as honest as he is. And everybody gets to make that position when you enter any sort of platform. It doesn't matter to what degree that you're popular. You can decide, am I going to pander? Right? Am I going to do the TV thing and say, oh, Kendra G, no matter what she says on mainstream media, you know, she's a woman and we can't tell women the truth. We can't hurt their feelings. But if it's a dude up there who's spewing nonsense, he can get called out. I believe Cory Hokum values his freedom of expression, and on top of that, has been massively successful in an industry right now that a lot of people, especially famous people, can't transition into and are trying to crack into. That's YouTube, that's content creation, that's building a very strong personal brand, right? My main point is I don't think those attacks actually hurt him. What do you think? Comment down below. Let's keep listening.
But when you speak independently, you look bad. So that's one thing. Then she tried to make it seem like I edited a video. I don't know how to edit video. I've never edited a video in my life. L-I-F-E-A. Life. I'm sorry. I know your thing was Cory goes out and he edits something. First of all, nobody had to edit that video because this is what this lady Kendra G does. I'm going to say this. Kendra G has a lot of bottom dwellers on her show that she interviews, but she acts like she's not a bottom dweller. But the people she interviews, she's the exact same person, but she acts like she's above them by copy, pasting, and cutting Kevin Samuels' points.
Okay, that's coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
That's facts. It's facts. I've been saying it for years. We all have. We all have, and we all see it. Let's just keep it real.
Kevin Samuels created that show, and he's not here to sue you. So you're able to do basically what Kevin Samuels did, and it's working. You ask me, it's working because you're a lady. It's working because you're a lady. But when you get to acting like you're better than those women that's on your show, because the lady Tamron Hall asked her points, and she was like, I agree with you, Tamron, but you don't agree with her. Because Tamron Hall was like, men are not here for your wig. Men don't want a broke lady. And then she made a real fool out of herself when she said, if I'm here with you and you're around me, you have to pay for that. This isn't exactly how she said it, but she said her presence, you have to pay for it, which is why you called her a hooker.
Right.
Stop it, Kendra. Guys, all this is ridiculous. All this is ridiculous. And men are getting to the point now where they're not afraid to call it.
If a woman is charging you for her presence, you a hooker.
Straight up.
What is the argument with that? See, people want to act like Cory is crazy and he say all kind of stuff out of bounds. If you charge me to be with you, you're a hooker. But I mean, hey, Kendra G, remember when you was sipping the thing? Like after you thought you made a point, you'll be sipping something. You stole that from somebody. What do you do that's original? Another point. I got to make this point. She said, I only date broke women. I date broke women, rich women, autistic women, Down syndrome women. You name it. You can get it from me. That's not something I'm proud of. I don't have a type in any way. Any way. You see that lady who lives on the streets now because of the way the economy is? I look at her and I imagine her, if I clean her up, can I pull it off? I date all women. If it got, how they say it, if it got hair, I hit it.
Damn. So I want to point something else real quick. I actually would have been more, I'd have understood if Kendra G would have said, hey, I disagree with you saying that you would hit anything and you have no, what did he say? Did he say standard or something like that?
I don't have a type in any way.
Okay, if she said, I disagree with that and you should have some type of type, standard, expectation, okay, we'd be like, okay, that's what you value, right? I don't live my life like that. But again, that's not what happened. What happened was her being offended that somebody would disagree with her when she could have simply just disagreed with maybe how he lived his life because it contradicted from her life and moved on, but she was too hurt. We all have different values, and conversations about that are had often, especially here on the Coffee Pod. But Kendra G's response overall to Cory Hokum wasn't even like a more balanced explanation about what she did on Tamron Hall. It was just her obviously being hurt by the fact that he would call her out for her BS, right? Let's keep listening.
This is what I do. Because she tried to make it seem like, oh, Cory Hokum, he really wanted me. He tried to flirt with me. Listen, of course I tried to flirt with you. You a woman who I knew had you ain't broke. Let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we shoot it. Every, especially Kendra G, I see the misery in your eye. You 50? No kids. Ain't never been married. G know what I'm talking about because he from these same streets I'm from.
Why would you do this to yourself, Kendra?
I would not drink bean juice.
Why don't you just drink the bean juice?
Major hub out here in America. We shoot it. We get it. We try to see what we can work out. If you really want to tell the truth, I'm jealous of the African man that you did choose because I know he got paper about your ass. You got to pay. He got to see you when you ain't got the makeup on camera. I'm jealous of that man. I know he got you for a bag. See, I'm the type of, I admit I'm a trick. I'm a trick. I buy. Kendra, you have to buy a man because the men on your level, you don't want them. You want men who are probably younger than you. Kendra, go after a man you can get. Kendra G, I think you could get Harrison Ford. Back when he was Han Solo in Star Wars, you couldn't get him. But now he's an elderly man. Kendra G, I think you could get Harrison Ford. I think you could get like somebody who old and played out who's still doing it. What's an old man who's still on TV?
Harrison Ford likes skinny white girls. His wife is. He's been with her.
She can get Kevin Duckworth.
Boy, you stupid than a mother. Because everybody don't know who Kevin Duckworth is.
One of them type of niggas. Any nigga averaged 10 points in the NBA in the late 70s.
Dr. J will you, Kendra G, even though he'll do it reluctantly. He'll make you keep the wig on. But I'm just saying, like, the men you want, the men that will hold you up in the air, they not boss players. You know what I'm saying? I would have smashed you and tried to get some paper from you all day long. Never admit that. I mean, never could I say that's not what I would do. But I'm jealous that the scammer dude, I knew because, like, I remember she was telling me, I got a boyfriend. Yeah, and it's out there in the streets. He is just what I knew he was. I said, when she said she got a boyfriend, I got to wait this out. I knew that don't nobody want you, baby girl. I'm talking about if somebody wants you, it's probably somebody who's looking for the come up. That's what we do. We holler at broads and we go for the come up. I admit, I would smash you, but you will never be held up by a nigga like me. I have a car.
Stupid.
Men that hold you up ain't on shit. They driving your car. You got to get Jody. You got to get baby boy. Don't nobody want your monkey ass.
Part of the reason why I think this was just the worst decision for Kendra G to make is because, you know, with someone who's a comedian, of course, you're going to get clowned. Listen to what he just said there. What he said there has a lot of truth to it. What did he say? He said, listen, the type of men who want you, you don't want. And you're going for these men who only see you as a check. For a while there, I was shocked when I heard that, okay, Kendra G's in a relationship. Come to find out, people were saying stuff like the man was, you know, broke. And this is what people were saying. He used her for money. And I'm thinking to myself, that makes sense. What do we always say? Most women, as they make a little bit more money, the men who they would ideally want to be with don't really want to deal with that mouth and the disrespect that comes with that for a relationship. Again, if she said, hey, I'm just looking for fun and someone to sleep with and clap my cheeks and this, and everybody wouldn't have anything to say. If she was as honest as Cory Hokum, that's the truth. At that point, you're like, okay, hey, that's the life you want to live. Listen, as long as you are making sure that you're not, this is my stance. right? If you're living that life, creating a bunch of broken homes here, left and right, then God allows us all to make the decisions we make and accept all the consequences that come with those decisions. But the thing is that Kendra wants to be a wife, and she's wifing these men who he's saying, hey, these men who you're going after, to the ones who actually give you play and you find them attractive, they see you as attractive for what you bring to the table financially, and they will use you. They will use you. That shouldn't be surprising to anybody. I did not even play the whole response here. You guys can go check that out yourselves. I think there's a lot of content to come from Kendra G specifically, right? Again, I don't wish this. I do not wish this. But if things don't change in the coming years, we'll be seeing a lot of teary-eyed videos coming from Kendra G. Don't forget, we're talking about a chick here who says she needs to see your bank statements and then tried to act like she didn't say it, but she meant that. She needs to see that you have money coming in. She wants you to pay for her weave. She wants you to pay for her lashes. And if you're a man who looks at that, and a black man at that who looks at that and says, that's a ridiculous expectation. Oh, you hate black women. You hate black women, you're a horrible person. Ridiculous. Appreciate you guys, as always, for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. And to my engaged and soon-to-be married men, remember, head over to fathershaverights.com and access the #1 guide to drafting. This is the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement at fathershaverights.com. That's fathershaverights.com. Use offer code REVIEW. You know, if you're planning to get married pretty soon and you're thinking about ways to protect your assets, finances, so on and so forth, we have free legal information with offer code REVIEW. You can access that, and you can hear attorneys guide you through the process step by step of how to approach drafting yourself a solid and, of course, legally binding prenuptial agreement. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.